Hello, everyone, and welcome to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, episode 92, being recorded live on October 19th, 2019. I'm your host, Taylor, and this week I'm, of course, joined by Anthony Dennis. How are you, sir?
Doing pretty well, I'd say. Got a new monitor, which I'm absolutely loving.
Okay.
So that came in on Tuesday or Wednesday, or Monday, I don't know, someday.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's quite nice. It's 144 hertz.
Ooh.
Which is very nice. I was using a 60 hertz one, which is the difference is quite incredible. Like the amount of stuff that you can see.
Yeah.
Like I was just not that this is really a comparison, but wallpaper engine, because you can have the same thing on two screens. So I was just like comparing which one's got more detail, and it was like a moving wallpaper. So yeah, that's quite nice. Absolutely loving it. It's an Acer monitor. Wasn't really that expensive, which is quite good. For what it is, it was on sale, which is quite nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Aside from that,
is it a 1440p or a 1080p?
It's 1080p.
Okay.
Yeah. But aside from that, I have been playing some. What have I been playing? Some Hitman. Like Hitman, not Hitman 2, but like the Hitman season, whatever it is.
2016 Hitman.
That's the one.
Oh, that weird one where they were just like episodic with stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. None of it makes sense. So I've been playing some of that. Also been playing some PS4 because I've hooked that up in here now. So
nice.
I've been playing some Crash Team Racing on that, and that is quite strange. It's like Mario Kart but different. And I'm not really too sure if I like it, to be honest.
It's like, it just feels weird, right? I guess we're so used to Mario Kart.
Like the whole drift mechanic.
Yeah.
Like you gotta press two buttons to drift.
It just feels more complicated when you just want to have like a nice, like, more relaxed.
And it's so difficult. Like
it's hard.
Look, your first race, like I have to do the first race like 4 times to win. First ever race, and it's like, this is great.
Get good. Get good.
The campaign mode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. Also been playing some Last of Us because that was on what's it called, PlayStation Plus. There we go.
Okay.
On that, so I've been playing some of that. Really enjoying that. I do find it a little bit repetitive as far as it's like, you go here, do this, find parts, kill zombies. That's kind of it. But I mean, that's kind of what every horror game, like a zombie game is. I wouldn't necessarily call it horror, but anyway. And Taylor got me into League of Legends.
Yes.
I've been playing some of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely suck at it.
He's getting better, though.
Hey, I won a couple of matches yesterday.
I know, he's slowly getting better. Okay. Yeah.
How long do those games take, like in casual?
It really depends. Like, that's the thing. It's just like, if you're actually absolutely stomping the enemy team, it's just like, it can be from like 15 to 20 minutes. Or if it's like a game that's a little bit more drawn out or a bit more even, between like 40 and 60, and then any manner. Wow. It's like, I've been in games that have been 3 hours before. Jeez. So, yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend who's really into it, but like, I'm just so turned off
fair enough.
For some reason.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that's, I don't know, I am enjoying it. It's different. I haven't really played a game like that before, where it's like kind of tactical, but it's like, what genre is it in?
It's MOBA.
Yeah, no, but like it's obviously a MOBA, but it's like something. I don't know.
No, MOBA is its own
kind
genre.
Of, yeah, I know. But it's like kind of a mix to me, at least. Like it's kind of a mix of like Torchlight and whatever. Anyway, that's a good.
This is Torchlight is a MOBA also.
No,
just like Diablo is a MOBA, and so is Path of Exile.
Is Diablo a MOBA?
Yeah, I would.
I guess
Diablo
like the
Torchlight's not a MOBA.
Like the original one, I guess, but like Diablo 3 is like not a MOBA.
What would you consider Diablo 3 then?
Isn't that like a loot, like kind of like?
Yeah, but
like a loot action game almost.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know, like but like I would describe like any sort of like, game that handles and controls like Diablo or LoL.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got to have like the wave mechanic and like the lanes and all that kind of stuff to make them MOBA.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
That's the thing. Like Torchlight isn't a MOBA. You run it's a top-down RPG. That's what it is.
Okay,
there we go.
That's the better term. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
got it. All right.
So what I'm saying is, LoL is like kind of a mix of top-down and kind of like a MOBA as well. Obviously, it's more so MOBA than anything else, but it's like a breach of both, and it's all like a mix of both. So I've been playing some of that, quite enjoying it. aside from that, that's kind of it for me this week. I haven't really been PC gaming that much.
Okay.
I think that's kind of it. So yeah.
All right. And then Andrew, you're back. Welcome back, sir. You make your return this week. How have you been?
Yeah, doing great, man. I just built a coffee table, so I'm
All
feeling
right.
good, feeling productive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but besides gaming, gaming-wise, I've started. It's been a while since I've been on, but I've been playing Control on and off for the last like
Oh yeah.
Okay.
week or so. That game's really cool. I don't know if you guys have checked it out yet. That it's like a third person kind of. You have like kind of abilities, like you get like telekinesis. So you're shooting stuff out of your hands. You have like this gun. It's just wild. Like I don't even know where to start with this thing. Like
Yeah.
It reminds me of Quantic Break a bit.
I mean, it's just people who made that game. So
Oh, same.
Gee.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sure.
yeah, it's Remedy. So it's definitely
Remedy.
similar kind of, like I guess gunplay wise probably. But like it's really cool. Like it's got this whole like paranormal, I guess, like stuff going on. So like there's like objects of power. Like there's just like a rubber duck that's like dangerous. Like it's just like locked away and stuff. And like
Yeah.
and there's like other ones where like you kind of have to like go and like find out like more about these items, and it's just really cool. Like if you're looking for like a game that's got a lot of like really story heavy, I would definitely recommend it. It's definitely up there in my top 5 right now. I haven't beat it yet, so we'll see what happens. But the lore is just really cool. Like there's tons of little papers and like audio files to find that really flesh out the world. The main character Jesse is super cool. And there's like some interesting side characters as well. But yeah, I really like that game. The only problem I have is I'm playing on a base PS4, and it just literally drops to like
Starting to sloth.
15 frames a second. Like it's bad.
Ooh.
Like
Yeah.
I can be like whatever, it's fine, and like push through it.
Yeah.
But like there's some real bad slowdown on the PS4. Like I've heard this even on PC, when you come out of the menu, like if you do like the map or whatever, there's like a second or two of just like it's almost like frozen basically.
Okay, so it's just like poor optimization as opposed to like a hardware limitation then?
Something, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably a bit of both, because I've heard it looks amazing on PC. It's like got ray tracing and everything.
Oh, wow.
So, I've heard it looks great, and probably if you have the right rig, it's probably fine. But yeah, the base PS4 is definitely struggling.
Okay.
So that has been like my go-to kind of, and then Apex Legends as well, with their new season, which we'll probably talk about in a few minutes here. So I'll save it for that.
Okay. So let's see here. This past week for me, I played kind of like a smattering of games this past week a little bit. As Anthony said, him and I have been playing a bit of League with a couple of my other buddies and everything, because one of my buddies got me into it lately, and then it's like, oh, it'd be cool if we had a fourth person also. So it's just like, Anthony, download this. Okay. And then
you bring me in and you lose.
And to be fair, we had lost all that night even before you had joined, so it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I played a little bit of Minecraft last night and everything. You know, my thing on my little space of the server is like I just try to recreate Japanese landmarks. And my latest one is Himeji Castle, which is almost done. I just need to do the little guardhouse in the front of it, and then it'll be all set. Let's see. And then I've actually been playing quite a bit of Destiny 2 the past couple days.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't have like Forsaken or Iron Fortress or whatever the new one is. Or is called, but or no, it's the latest thing is called like Shadowkeep or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like late to the party, but I got ported over from my Battle.net account over to Steam and whatnot. Just been playing that. They have revamped that game. Let me tell you, like the intro is completely different and everything. The way they kind of put you into the world is way different, which is kind of cool. Yeah, and it's like
Now, I remember a year ago or so when I was streaming it, you were on streaming, you're like, oh, this looks like garbage. And you're like whinging about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, download it and play it. And now you enjoy it. So that's good.
Is it free to play?
Yeah, on Steam it is.
Base game, I think so. Yeah.
The base game. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
And then
I'm not sure though. Like if you've had it on Battle.net, I'm not sure if it's only free for people who have had it or if it's free all around.
Yeah, I'm not certain how the monetization model works and whatnot. But
they took it off Battle.net, right?
yeah, so it's like if you had it on Battle.net, you have to go to like Bungie.net and link your account, and then it'll transfer over to your Steam and whatnot.
Sure.
So.
Then it must just be free to play for everyone then.
Okay. Yeah. And so, yeah, a little bit of that. It's been fun so far. I'm still in the very early stages of it, but game definitely had some more effort put into it, which is nice to see and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, what else have I been playing? Because I swear I've been playing a few other things. Also, let me just pull up my Steam library real quick. Yeah. Anything to note? No, that was last week. Actually, yeah, no, I think that's about it. I think I haven't really been, outside of those three. I think that's just
a little bit of Call of Duty Mobile.
Oh, okay. How is that?
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like every time you open it, there's like 8 different like things they try to get you to buy.
Oh yeah.
And then I feel like I'm playing against bots like 50% of the time.
Okay.
They're just like bad, and I'm getting like 30 kills. I'm like, I'm not good. There's no way. So, like, they have to be bots.
I haven't gotten a chance to try that yet.
It's like, it actually looks really like, it looks well. Like, it's graphically, it looks good. It runs well. But there is a lot of microtransactions.
Okay.
Sure.
As to be expected.
Yeah. And then like they do like weird loadout stuff. Like you have to unlock your loadouts. So like you get one loadout, and then like you unlock all the stuff in that loadout, and then you get the second loadout, and then you have to unlock piece by piece. Like, oh, you unlock the perk, and then so like the first loadout is like good, but then I don't even have a full second loadout. So you have to like really pick a gun you like and kind of just play with that.
Interesting. Okay, maybe I'll give it a download and try it. Like just run the air or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely serviceable.
Okay. Yeah. Although it's like then I'm not super into like phone games on my phone and everything.
Yeah,
so,
I mean I'm not either. I'll play it for a little bit and then I'll just forget about it.
Yeah.
Same thing I did with like Mario Kart. Like I played it and then they reset everything and I was like, it's bad. I don't need to waste my time with this.
Buy the Diddy Kong pack. It's only $40.
Really that expensive? I got Diddy Kong when I was playing.
Oh, that's 39 pounds.
I didn't need to buy it. I got a Diddy Kong.
Cool.
So.
Oh.
We were talking about that a couple of weeks back, I think, about
the Mario Kart Tour. Yeah,
it was real bad.
Last week, like the microtransactions, it's like $40 or whatever for a pack or something. Kind of insane.
Which is more expensive than Mario Kart 8.
Yeah. You can buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for like $40 at this point, probably. It's gotta be old enough, even with Nintendo's standards. It's gotta be, right? Hold on, let me
on Wii U, maybe.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
I mean, stuff on Wii U is still expensive. It's like $40 to buy. Like I was looking at.
It's 50. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is 50. Okay.
Bear in mind, this is £40.
So that's like at least $50. Yeah.
Oh wow. It's a lot of money for a mobile game. Okay.
Well, they always have the best value stuff, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I want to bring this up real quick. I've had like my personal tech is kind of broken down this past week. On Monday, so it's like to take notes for class and everything. I use this little Surface Go tablet and everything. It's like having some issues with that, so I took it into the Microsoft store, and it was still under warranty. So I showed them the issue, and they just replaced it, no questions asked, brand new one. So like free of charge also. So credit to Microsoft on that. And then while getting shut down and everything, that I was talking to me about how I guess they had launched XCloud that day or whatever. And that was kind of news to me. I didn't realize it was that day, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later in the show. And then yesterday, my laptop died.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're not having a good run.
My laptop died, so I don't know. So looking at either asking Razer how much it'll be to repair it, or
it's like a nice laptop too. It's not even just like a...
Yeah, it was the one Matt was using at E3.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Sure. Yeah. So, or either looking at getting a new one, apparently. So.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, fun. All right. Anyway, so before we get into game news this week, a couple of housekeeping stuff. We have a community Discord, a link to which you can find on the main site, which is cultureofgaming.com. On the community Discord, you can chat to everyone you see on the podcast and the rest of the COD staff. I believe all the people that are new are on there at this point also, so you can chat with them as well. And yeah, we have 2 Facebook pages, one for the main site itself, that's facebook.com/cod.net, and facebook.com/poweruppodcast. Twitter @culture_of_gaming, that is @CULTUR of gaming. It's culture of gaming without the E. Instagram @culture_of_gaming, youtube.com/culture_of_gaming, twitch.tv/culture_of_gaming, and mitzer.com/culture_of_gaming. And I wanted to bring this up in my intro segment. I knew I was forgetting something. I played a little bit of John Wick Hats more before running that. Yeah, I had the review go up on that earlier this week. Okay game. It's like, I gave it like a 7.5. Like, it's fine. It's not particularly like, I wasn't dying to play it like every night when I got home or anything, but at the same time, I wasn't like dreading the experience either. So it's just like, okay, whatever, fine enough game.
I heard that kind of just gets a little boring, like, and doesn't look as cool as you would want it to be. Like, you think of John Wick, he's like this like crazy murder, like tactical murderer.
Yeah.
This one's just a little like, I watched some gameplay and like, how like after each, I guess, level shows you like fluidly going through the level, and like he's like zigzagging just because by nature of like, he moves like in the game.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
I mentioned it in the review. It gets a little bit janky at times, but for the most part, like it's serviceable. It's like, as I said, it's just like it's fine. I think. Yeah. Anyway,
it exists.
Yeah, it exists. If you're a John Wick fan or really liked the whole turn-based strategy game genre like XCOM or something, then it's probably worth the $20. The one downside is that it's an Epic Store exclusive, so make it that what you will. All right. And no, it being on Epic did not detract from the review store itself. That was a joke. Okay, anyway.
Dang.
Yeah. All right, so last week we talked, jumping right to the news here, last week we talked extensively about the Blizzard PR nightmare, because that was hot. And, well, the pan still hasn't quite cooled down this week. This past week, maybe it wasn't the outburst of a storm that it was last week, but, things are still sizzling, things are still cooking with Blizzard over there. The ice is still melting, so to speak.
Don't touch the pan.
Yeah.
What else can we got?
Yeah, all right, so, Blizzard, so last week, this incident, I want to say, kind of went under the radar, but it didn't get talked about as much as all the other things that were happening, but it's still Blizzard related. So in a Hearthstone, like, collegiate league stream or something, some protesters from American University held up a sign in the background of, like, their player cam, or whatever, that said something to the nature of Free Hong Kong, or whatever, and Blizzard chose not to ban them. Although, apparently, this week they reversed their decision on that and banned those players for doing it. This happened earlier earlier this week, even though the event happened last week, everything. And yeah, it's just not, Blizzard just keeps kind of digging their grave deeper and everything, down to the point where they canceled Overwatch on Switch, released on like Tuesday of this week or whatever, and Nintendo of New York was going to do a what's it called, like a launch event for it or whatever, because pretty big game happening on Switch, want to hype it about. Blizzard unexpectedly canceled the event and kind of gave short notice to Nintendo and everything, inconveniencing Nintendo. But yeah, they canceled the whole launch event for Overwatch because they were scared of protesters showing up to the event. And yeah.
Bear in mind, they didn't apologize for it. They didn't do anything. They didn't say anything. They just like canceled it and put it on Nintendo to apologize on Blizzard's behalf, which a lot of people have said is real dodgy. In my opinion, it is very dodgy to like be a man in a sense, man up, go and talk about it and say that it's, we apologize for blah blah blah. Don't just cancel it and then not say anything. That's kind of crazy.
And past that also, this happened, kind of broke between Thursday and Friday. Blizzard has gotten the attention of the United States Congress as bipartisan Congress people and senators have signed a letter addressed to Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision Blizzard, over Blitzchung's ban and everything. And when I say bipartisan, I'm talking, if you follow American politics, you'll know who this is. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is a significant figure on the left side of things, as well as Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, who are both significant figures on the right side of things. They're both working in tandem on this insane screw Blizzard. So it's the one. So if it's the one thing that can still bring Americans together, it's saying no to communists, which I think is
gaining. No.
So yeah. And then the kind of like an addendum to this also is, BlizzCon is in about 2 weeks now, and there's a lot of things going about online, like, oh, we should all dress up as Winnie the Pooh and go to BlizzCon, or it's just like protest at BlizzCon. Everything. Everyone's just kind of waiting to see how it'll unfold, which is kind of unfortunate because Blizzard looks to have a pretty big BlizzCon this year, all things considered, and everything. We know we're going to get the announcement of the next WoW expansion. Okay, there have been leaks going about for the past couple months, and it's all been but confirmed. Historically speaking, this is the on year, so to speak, for WoW expansion to get announced, because last year it didn't, but they're on this whole 2-year cadence cycle. And anyway, Overwatch will probably get a new hero/map like it does every year at BlizzCon, everything. This guy named Metro Overwatch, who accurately leaked last year's BlizzCon hero and map and everything, says that Diablo 4 and Diablo 2 Remastered will be announced this year, BlizzCon 2019, which Diablo 4 was almost announced last year, but the dev team wasn't confident about it, which kind of made the blow of Diablo Immortal a little bit harder than it had to be. And so, yeah, Diablo 2 Remastered kind of made sense because Warcraft 3 Reforged is in the pipeline also. And we'll probably see more stuff around that also at BlizzCon. And then, even allegedly, StarCraft 3 might be. Yeah, there's this old Korean Brood War caster who was talking about it. So, yeah. That's, so, BlizzCon is looking to be pretty good, but I guess the question is, does it really matter? Because all this bad PR is going about Blizzard. So let's try to start with that first. It's just you can announce everything to the world, but if everyone still hates your guts, then does it really matter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough out there for Blizzard, but rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean, I've checked in on some of those Hearthstone streams because I enjoy watching it more than I enjoy playing it. And a lot of it's just boycott Blizz stuff and people just kind of, not being negative, but bringing up the topic in the chat, which is pretty interesting because, I guess not interesting, but the right thing to do if people want to bring attention to it. So good on those people who are out there, speaking what they believe in or trying to bring attention to this subject that they want to bring attention to.
Right, exactly. And it's I don't know if you saw this, but also I guess mods from Blizzard who were working Twitch chat and everything were banning people who were saying stuff like free Hong Kong. So
I could believe that. I mean, if you're banning players from the game for saying that, you don't even think twice about banning some random Twitch chatter.
Yeah.
Right. So what a weird situation.
It's
you were
just...
Oh, I'm sorry, Anthony, go ahead.
No, it's just it's been a week. It's been a week and a half since the whole initial thing happened. When does it get to the point where they come out and say, hey, we were wrong, or hey, I mean, at this point, 5 Cent, this is what a lot of people are saying, because 5 Cent owns
10 Cent
share, or 10 Cent, 5 cents totally. I mean, they're probably only worth 5 cents, but anyway, they own 5%. So 10 Cent own 5% of Blizzard.
There you go.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, there you go.
So when does it come to the point where they just kind of don't even worry about them and turn around and say, hey, we were wrong for banning him, or we were doing this and we were doing that, and blah, blah, blah. We've looked at our practices, they're wrong, we'll change, this, that, everything else. Because look at Epic. Look at Tim Sweeney. He's gone out and said, think it was Tim Sweeney.
Yeah,
at least.
so yeah, it's
Go-
like so for context here, Epic Games, whose CEO is Tim Sweeney and everything, actually Tencent, the Chinese company aforementioned, owns a 40% stake in Epic Games. So anyway, Anthony, go ahead.
No, 40 Cent owns a 10%.
Yeah.
So Tencent owns a 40% share in Epic Games, and Tim Sweeney's gone on Twitter, and people have asked him, what would happen in this scenario if a Fortnite streamer stood up at one of your events and said "Free Hong Kong" or protested in a way. What would you do? And he's said it's not for us to. Basically, we don't stand on either side of politics. We would let them do it. We've got no problem with that. If they're expressing their views, no worries at all. And Tencent's got no problem with that. So it just seems like Activision Blizzard's hungry for money, as Mike was saying last week. It's only 5%. Like, it's not a massive amount.
Right.
I mean, that's
I don't know.
a lot in that
So,
way.
I don't know. It's like 5% is a small percentage, but what's more money? 5%
Probably
of
a couple
$1 or like 5% of $10. That's the thing. So
Also, they're doing like more business in China with like the whole like Diablo like Eternals thing and stuff like that. They have deals in China like going on.
And what's interesting also though is just like so American or it's like worldwide, and so the way that like China business, international business in China works and everything is like international, like companies that aren't Chinese don't get to, like establish themselves in don't get to establish themselves in China and everything. In order to do business in China, you have to have a Chinese company represent you, kind of act as like your surrogate or whatever. The thing is like Tencent isn't even Blizzard's representative in China. It's this other company called NetEase, who they partnered, if that name sounds familiar, that's because it's who they partnered with for Diablo Immortal and everything. So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think Tencent owns NetEase, but I could be wrong there. I'm not certain. But this is, I don't know, this is kind of the point now. It's been about 2 weeks or we've had like 2 full news cycle weeks of, just Blizzard melting down and everything. And this is kind of the point where I do kind of want to temper the extremism kind of going on. And, don't mistake me. Don't get me wrong. I'm in no way justifying what Blizzard, did or anything. I vehemently disagree with what they did. If you listened to the podcast last week, kind of how my stance is on it and everything. But at the same time, also, I've seen a lot of people saying it's just like, oh, we need to boycott any company that does business with Tencent or, has a stake in it that has... that has a stake by Tencent, and it's just like, well, the thing is just like, that's borderline almost every company.
Yeah,
which,
do you like entertainment?
Right, exactly. It's like, well, it's just like, can't watch Netflix anymore. Damn.
Ubisoft, I'm pretty sure, has stuff.
Can't play Call of Duty in 4 days, 3 days.
Yeah, so...
And so the thing is, though, the thing to understand is just like, investment from foreign business is a thing in any sort of worldwide company, any sort of international business and everything. But that's just the thing, though. It's an investment. It's an investor, though. That's the thing. And if it's a true investment deal or, to the point where it's like, oh, they own a stake of the company or whatever, they've invested like 5% into 5% of the company or whatever, so they own that stake, then it's like, the investors don't really care what you do politically, though. That's the thing.
As long as you make the money.
Yeah, as long as you get a good ROI, that's fine.
Well,
so
but China's government has been a little.
Yeah.
So so I mean, like when it comes to
I'm saying this is more of the way is like how it should happen.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like how it should typically happen. So which is why it's like I wouldn't go so far as to say boycott any company that has an investment from Tencent in it or anything, because Tencent is a business also. It needs to make money, and the way it does that is by getting stakes and company like that. And when you're the largest Chinese media conglomerate, you have a lot of money to invest. So another thing.
So Tencent and NetEase seem to be the same thing.
Are they? Okay.
Because in a lot of articles, it's like Tencent and NetEase mobile game revenue rose 382% this year, blah, blah, blah. So it seems like they're the same company. NetEase did PUBG Mobile, didn't they?
Yeah.
I know for a fact that I can see a big 10-cent logo when I fired up that Call of Duty Mobile. So,
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ooh, there you go.
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who NetEase is owned by right now.
But yeah, I mean, if at the end of the day politics do matter to these companies like Tencent or whatever, which they probably do if they're based out of a country like China that's got the political
right. And the reason we say that is
has.
because so China has an 85% corporate income tax and everything, unless you agree to be state sponsored, in which case the tax rate is significantly reduced down to like somewhere in the 20s, I think. Actually, it's significantly lowered. So that's the reason why. Anyway, continue your point. Sorry.
Basically, yeah. So if you are based in a country like China, and you know politics matter, and China's doing what they're doing on the whole political landscape and communism and all that kind of stuff, then which do you choose? If you're a company like Blizzard, which do you choose? Do you choose your Western audience, or do you choose China? Like, at the end of the day, who do you want to alienate? Do you want to alienate the majority of your business? Or do you want to pander to a country that is not necessarily that good when it comes to politics, and who doesn't really give you the most business? So, as a business, as a business, at the end of the day, I guess it comes up to a choice, and that's all I've really got to say.
Yeah. I mean, like they say they're not doing it like because of China, but
they are.
Yeah, but it's like this weird, like you should like because they double down on like most of the stuff they said. And I don't know if we talked a little bit more about like the action. Did we talk about like how he got his ban was?
Yeah,
like,
we talked.
we
ran through the whole thing kind of last week. I didn't link you. Kind of like I'll link you the top or here I'll throw the top-end sheet from last weekend just so you kind of know the extent at which we covered it.
Similarly, as we were saying last week as well, like on the whole political thing, like if this was something that they agreed with, like if somebody was, say, hypothetically talking about, and they hypothetically agree with this, I don't know if they do or they don't, but if somebody was protesting about, say, impeach Trump, for instance, and they agreed with that, would they then turn around and ban them?
Right, we talked
this is kind of the same thing as what we were talking about last week as well.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about whether or not it's like, if Blizzard agreed with the political statement being made, would they still ban them or whatever? Stuff like that. It's like whether or not, because that conversation stemmed from so in Blizzard's rule set, and we brought this up last week too, but I'll recap a little bit. It's like in Blizzard's competitive rule set and everything, they don't. It's like they say it's just like hey, don't like discuss politics in a post-game interview or whatever, right?
It's basically like if you do something that we don't like, we can ban you.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is,
very
it's like
blanket.
It's left broad enough, and it's like quote unquote at Blizzard's discretion and everything.
Yeah.
So they can decide if that whole thing crossed the line and whatnot. Yeah. So anyway, the point I was trying to get to make is like don't go boycotting every company that has an investment in it by Tencent and everything, because it's like we don't quite know yet whether or not Tencent and by extension the Chinese government actually put pressure onto Blizzard to ban the player or take the action that they did quite yet or anything. I think the real test would be, and I'm not necessarily suggesting that a Fortnite competitive player risked his livelihood by doing this or something, but the real test would be to see to try and hold Tim Sweeney at his word and everything, and say it's just see if the next person who won like a big Fortnite tournament said something to nature of free Hong Kong, and Epic Games didn't do anything to him, then I think that would kind of be a decent litmus test for it. But as of right now, we just don't have that part of the story yet. We don't have the full information. So yeah.
So if you go back, like who Tencent's owned by, they're owned by a South African company called Naspers.
Oh, okay.
So,
interesting.
So why does China matter at the end of the day? Like if they're...
I mean, Tencent is a Chinese company by and large, though. Yeah.
I know, but I mean, if they're owned by a non-Chinese company, that's
they're not anymore, though.
How do you mean?
As in, it's like Tencent is by no
its
means...
own thing.
Yeah, it's like it is a full-on Chinese company through and through. There is not.
Yeah, no, I realize that, but I'm saying like if they're owned by somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'm saying. It's a little strange.
They're not though. Tencent.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Really?
Yeah, Tencent is a Chinese multinational conglomerate holding company founded in 1998, whose subsidiaries specialize in various internet-related services and products, entertainment, artificial intelligence, and technology, both in China and globally. I'm looking at the founders right here. There is no one with a South African name on it.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with their.
Yeah. Tencent was founded by Ma Huateng, Zhang Jidan, Zhu Shanye, Chen Yidan, and Zhang Liquin. I probably just butchered those names. I'm not super great at Chinese pronunciation. In November 1988 as Tencent Incorporated.
I see.
Yeah.
So you're correct in a way. They Anthony, apparently Naspers had 46.5 share of Tencent at one point. And now they own 31%. So they don't have a majority stock holding, but they are influenced by that as well.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
This is according to Wikipedia, of course.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Although, okay, I don't know. There's still, it's just like, if Tencent were to be politically controlled by anyone, it wouldn't be the South African government or anything. It would be the Chinese government who they are beholden to dodge that 85% income tax. Brutal.
That would
Brutal.
make sense.
Okay. And then, anything else to kind of wrap up, like, the Blizzard Storm? The next bit of the Blizzard Storm? Just outside of BlizzCon will be interesting, right?
It definitely
Yeah.
be something to watch, whether you like Blizzard's games or not.
Yeah, it'll be a spectacle.
Yeah.
No matter how it goes.
They don't have like they don't have a MOBA, do they? Do they have a MOBA?
Yeah, they do. They have Heroes of the Storm.
Oh, that's still going?
Yep. Technically,
Okay.
yeah. It's not been discontinued, but I don't think there's like...
There's not a league anymore for it, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. That's
Although they're not an official Blizzard league, they're still
I'm sure there's still
community leagues, yeah.
Community-based tournaments and stuff.
Yeah. And so, yeah, the next part of this story is tangentially related to Blizzard and everything. It deals with one of Blizzard's biggest competitors, at least in the esports space, and that is Riot Games. So the Riot, or the League of Legends World Championships are going on right now. I think we're just about out of the group stages and everything, from what I've been passively watching and following. And, yeah, Riot, well, they took this opportunity to announce 7 new games. And they all seem to be specifically targeted at competing with Blizzard's titles and everything. You know, the running joke has been for the longest time, it's like, why are you called Riot Games? You guys only make one game. And it's League of Legends. But, you know, that looks to change and everything. So, let's see. I'm going to try and find a list here.
It should be noted, though, that Riot Games is like fully owned by Tencent.
Yeah.
Like, fully owned.
Sure.
So
playing both sides of the field, I think.
It's interesting.
Yeah, Tencent has 100% stake in Riot Games. Yeah, they are. Yeah, Riot is by far and away just a subsidiary of Tencent, to be honest.
Yeah,
they are an American subsidiary of Tencent. But, you know, they've managed to dodge all international incidents so far. So, yeah, this article actually is pretty bad in terms of listing the games. Let me just find a straight up list for it. Yeah, Wired.com. Please just have a.
I don't even know if they have names for these games yet. I'm almost.
I don't think they do. I've kind of got a little bit of a list. I posted in our community Discord.
I'm familiar with at least 2 of them.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I got it. So yeah, they announced 7 new games. They announced League of Legends Wild Rift, which is a new version of the MOBA built from the ground up with a twin-stick control scheme designed for consoles and mobile phones.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
Kind of interesting. It's done effectively. This looks a lot like Diablo Immortal, but set in League of Legends, but whatever. Anyway, there's Legends of Runeterra, which is a competitive card game, which is, you know, putting Hearthstone on blast right there. Yeah, there's
I'm interested.
Yeah. Project A described it as a, quote, stylish, competitive, character-based tactical shooter for PC, end quote, which is like putting Overwatch on blast. But from what I understand, Riot wants to, like, kind of compete more with CSGO with this one as opposed to Overwatch.
Okay.
And if you look at the video, it does look a lot like it looks like it would play more closer to CSGO than Overwatch.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Yeah, there's like pretty quick kills and like
yeah.
I think it's like round is over if you die kind of thing. So like it's
Well, they're
definitely
probably competing with like Call of Duty, then if that's the case. Possibly.
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have
But there's
we'll
also
have-
like weird powers, like it's like it looked like so.
yeah.
Hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Project L, which is a fighting game set in the League of Legends universe. So they're going to be starting to compete with, like the likes of Tekken and Street Fighter and
No, we
whatnot.
don't know that yet.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's like Smash Brothers kind
I
of.
know it'll be more. I'm sure it'll be more Street Fighter like, because the people who
probably.
are working on it are like Tom Cannon and the Cannon brothers and like Seth Killian all have like strong Street Fighter roots.
Okay.
So I have a feeling it'll be more that, but obviously with some kind of they'll probably bring League somehow into it to give it that, that feel, that League feel.
Okay. There's Project F, which is in very early development, as Riot would describe it, but this looks like kind of a mix between an MMO and a Diablo. So almost like I guess maybe Path of Exile would be the better likening
Sure.
to it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's going to take place in Runeterra also. So yeah, that's going to obviously try and compete with WoW and Diablo 4 perhaps. League of Legends Esports Manager, a team management game that lets players manage a team of simulated LoL pros that sounds similar to like a soccer and football manager.
Football manager.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, that
What?
sounds amazing. Like
That sounds
I've
really
wanted an
dumb.
esports manager like for so long. That's so cool.
What?
I just
Yeah.
want to be the guy high-fiving everybody after they win a match.
I know.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Hell
Fist
yeah.
bump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Try and be the TSM water boy.
Towel me off, man.
Yeah. Teamfight Tactics Mobile. Teamfight Tactics is a mode in the full League client. It's easily ported to mobile. Okay, it's going to do first quarter of 2020. Fair enough.
I thought it was already mobile.
No, I guess not. They're doing an Arcane, which is an animated series set in the League of Legends universe, planned for 2020 also. And then there's
a while ago, I think.
okay. And it looks like League of Legends Origins, which is a, quote, feature-length documentary highlighting the game's growth, available now on Netflix.
Cool.
Oh, so that dropped,
Okay.
apparently. Okay. I'd imagine that'd be similar to, you guys ever watched the Valve documentary a number of years ago called Free to Play? Or talked about the Dota players?
No.
Okay. It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that's free to watch also. So,
Sure.
yeah. And if you're wondering who the real winner is here, it's Tencent.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's true.
Playing both sides of the field again.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
At least for now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Hmm.
Riot making some power plays.
And it's like cool. I mean, it's cool because like I'm kind of interested in all these games a little bit, like most of them at least. Like not all of them, I'd say, but at least like maybe 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I must say I kind of am now as well, seeing as I've just started playing League.
Okay.
If I hadn't have started playing League, I would be interested in none of them at all. But yeah, this like if they're doing kind of like MMO or something like that, I'd probably pick that up definitely. Like if it's something like Torchlight or Path of Exile,
Yeah.
I'll definitely check that out 100%.
Okay. Yeah. With their FPS, I mean, they've talked about a Riot FPS for years. Like I think going back to like 2014 is when we first started hearing about it. So hopefully it's decently far along. But I'm excited for it because at the very least, it'll kind of put some pressure onto Valve to maybe support CSGO just a little bit more because kind of in the esports scene, I dare say that Riot supports League of Legends the most out of like kind of anyone in the esport, at least from what I follow and everything. Like Valve only does like one Dota thing, and that's the International, which is big and hype. That's one event.
yeah,
Valve doesn't technically put on any CSGO events, so
that's true.
yeah. But
Huh.
yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely a big esport thing because now you're gonna get people. Hopefully, this pushes everyone else forward as well because you
Yeah.
got a big time competitor in Riot.
Mhm.
So if they're backing their their products, everyone else is gonna have to start stepping up a little bit or else fall by the wayside.
yeah, exactly.
So
Are you at all? What do you think of that fighting game? Apparently,
I mean, okay, I don't know anything about it. Obviously,
Yeah.
I think there was like a big GIF or two.
yeah, details are sparse.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's definitely gonna. if it has roots in like Rising Thunder, which was a game that was like shown off in like 2016 and was acquired by Riot, it's like a pretty simple fighter where you're gonna have like your normals, like but you're not gonna like special moves come out really easily. Like they were basically the special moves are on cooldown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's so that's kind of like the league, I guess, part of it, right? It's having like
having
your fireball,
so to speak.
Yeah, like your fireball is on a cooldown, right? Maybe it's not a long cooldown, but it's still on a some sort of cooldown, or like your bigger moves are on bigger cooldowns. So it'll be interesting. I have a feeling it's going to go that route. So it's kind of take away a lot of the execution, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But as long as it's it looks good and plays well, I'll give it a shot.
It looks a lot like Tekken, I must say.
Well, is it a 3D fighter? No, it's 2D.
Yeah, it's 2D.
I mean, 2D.
No.
Side scroll.
It's 2.5.
Well, yes, but I mean, like, you're not sidestepping and stuff like that.
I think you are.
Really?
Yeah, there's very minimal footage on this, mind you. There's only like...
It looks like it's just...
Probably like 15 seconds of footage.
Yeah, I'm kind of... Yeah, it looks like it's got a little bit of like... not Tekken, a little Street Fighter, a little like Guilty Gear with some of these camera angle changes and stuff like that. But like the difference between like Tekken or like Soul Calibur is like you're moving in a 3D plane, like on the Y-axis.
Oh yeah.
Instead of just the X-axis.
Okay.
So I think it'd be more just like a Street Fighter type where you're just kind of faced up against each other. Okay. And it's also way less complicated that way.
Yeah, I was going to say it seems a bit more basic.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's nuances, but once you add that extra layer of movement, then it really opens up so much more. So, but I don't know. I like fighting games a lot.
Yeah.
I know nothing about League of Legends, so hopefully there's some cool characters. When I watched League of Legends not too long ago, I saw this like big fish thing where he had like a fish with a hat, like a chef hat.
Oh, yeah. What's his name? That's I completely forget his name, but I knew Fizz. It's Fizz.
Sure.
Yeah,
Don't know his name. He looks cool.
Okay.
Put him in there. Put a fish with the chef costume on. I'm into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, I didn't even think about the possibilities of just like how many costumes they'll have in this game. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
It's
expect microtransactions.
I mean, most likely these games are gonna be free to play, right? With.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That was Tom Kench here. Copy image address.
Wait, LOL has minimal microtransactions, doesn't it? Like
it's like a full skin thing. Like
I think it's all based
full
on
skin micro purchases.
Like, yeah, I know that, but that's like you can only buy the in-game currency. You can't buy anything else, I think.
Yeah, you have to do it through in-game currency and whatnot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it falls into the class of trap. Sometimes you'll have too much or not enough. Sometimes.
Sure.
Although I've heard like Riot's been pretty decent if you're like 10 or 20 off, or it's like getting something else, they'll just like sure have at fam. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I guess the one thing also is very few people in like sure there are plenty of melee characters in League, but like very few characters fight hand to hand. They usually use some sort of weapon. So
it's pretty easy to like come up with like like we call them like in fighting game, we call them like normals, like stuff that just is like, hey, you press the square button and you do a jab or whatever, right?
Okay.
Like
Okay.
Everyone kind of like you can translate that how you will. Like, oh, he's a big slow character, so his normals are going to be a little slower and like longer reaching,
Yeah.
And then he has the axes, so then we're gonna make his axes be a big part of his like special moves. So
okay.
There's definitely a lot they could do with it, and it'll be fun to see whether or not it's good. We'll find out. But
all right. Well, then I think that'll just about wrap that little bit up then. Yep, the Blizzard PR nightmare continues. Riot is making some power moves against Blizzard. Tencent is coming out on top no matter which way you slice it. Yeah. Anyway, let's get out of, this whole thing and let's talk about a game that we all like to play from time to time, Apex Legends. Andrew, go ahead.
Oh, it's very good. Okay, Apex Legends Season 3 has been out for, I think, since around the beginning of the month. I want to say
roughly.
October. But they're doing this, so they're kind of taking. Last time they did this is like they're calling it an event. They did like the Iron Crown, I believe, what it was called. and you can like unlock stuff. So now they have their new one, which is called Shadowfall. And so it's another event, which comes with a new mode, which is actually really cool. It's this mode where you start off. There's only 30 people or 32. I can't remember the exact number. And basically, you all kill each other. And once you die, you come back as this like zombie character who can just move really fast, basically climb infinitely. And it's just like the move, like it's really cool because like it's taking a game that has a really good movement, and then giving you the opportunity to move even crazier.
Okay.
But once you die, you don't have a gun, you don't have any special abilities. You're just running around.
And like half health as well, I think.
Yeah, it's like 2 shots basically. You get nailed with 2 shots, you're dead.
Okay.
And you, like the goal is like once there's 10 of the legends left, their goal is to escape, kind of like Titanfall 2. I don't know.
Oh,
if you guys
like get into the dropship or whatever and escape the map.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to like escape the map, and while the shadows, they're trying to just like keep everybody like grounded. So it's really cool. Like you can kind of like, you know, hopefully the only problem is it's like a solo thing, so you can't actually communicate with the other people.
Oh, okay.
At least on console, maybe there's like proximity chat.
Okay, on PC maybe.
On PC.
Possibly.
So like you kind of have to like find someone and like, you know, look at him like, okay, well, let's bunker up in this house. Or use the in-game chat, I guess, but everyone can see that. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's really cool. I played some rounds last night. Super fun. I will say they have once again still messed up the cosmetic stuff.
Oh yeah.
So like, you can buy loot boxes, right?
Of course, yeah.
For the event special loot boxes. I couldn't find a way to earn those. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But it looked like there was no way to earn the event loot boxes, and they were like 700 Apex coins, which is like $7.
Like $10, yeah.
And then you're gonna have to buy the $10 package.
Yeah.
To get the 7, because I think they do like 500 and then, or maybe 1,000 is the lowest. I can't remember.
Okay.
So because I got on PC, I got Crypto, and it was like his was like 12,000, I think, and I had to pay $10 to get 10,000. I already had 2,000.
Okay. Right.
So then, or like 4,000 or something. So it's like minimum spend is $10.
Okay, so yeah, so the minimum spend is like 10, and it's gonna get you 1 pack, and that's gonna give you like a legendary item and like 1 epic item. So like it gives you good loot,
but you're not really expensive.
Yeah, and you're not guaranteed to get the like, oh man, I really like, because there's fun costumes, like they have Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, and you don't get your main, you're gonna be just like, oh, how many like, like you can't get dupes, so obviously that's a plus. Okay. You know, but like I'm sure someone has calculated it. It's probably very expensive to get every single thing in that.
Yeah.
Like I don't even want to do the math. It's probably hundreds of dollars, if not more. So it's a little bit bummer they still haven't figured it out, because you're still, even to buy those costumes, it's still like $1,800. So it's like roughly $20 to buy if you want a skin, like a legend, like a skin for the actual character, not just a gun.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a bummer. Like I really like that game, and they are doing some cool stuff. I bought the battle pass. It seems to be better than last season.
Okay.
And they have like with the event you can unlock some stuff. Like they have like an R301 skin. They have like a skin for Octane. Yeah. They have some stuff, but it's nowhere near like as cool as like getting a Mirage skin who looks like a cowboy. Like, you know, like just it's such a bummer that they're still haven't figured it out yet. I like that game so much.
That's like, I don't know, as good a game as like Apex Legends is and whatnot, it's still beholden to EA monetization models, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's not, you know, not the developers doing this most likely. You know, developers are making their game, and then they have to go management and all that stuff, and they set the prices.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you know, I'm not sure how Blizzard used to do it with Overwatch, but I feel like it was kind of similar with Overwatch when they did the Halloween stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't think there was like, yes, there were like special, from what I remember, last time I did a Overwatch event or whatever, there were like special event loot boxes that would more or less that would like contain the skins and whatnot. It's like, yeah, they would contain the event skins or whatever, and you got them just like any other loot bots. They didn't cost any more.
Oh, okay.
They didn't cost any more than normal loot bots, and yeah, you could buy them through like the Overwatch coins or whatever. I forget it, but yeah.
See, that's like the problem. Like these ones cost like 7 times more than the base loot box.
Yeah, and the
like,
thing
I
is,
would have bought some if they were cheaper. I would have been like, okay, I'll buy like maybe 5.
Yeah, or you know what it
Or
is
10.
with the Overwatch stuff is, so it's just like you can't buy the in-game currency. You can only get the in-game currency through loot boxes, but you can directly buy the loot boxes.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, that's how it works. Okay, I remember now.
Makes sense.
I will say, slightly off the whole microtransaction thing, this event is set in Kings Canyon, so it's not the new map.
Oh, okay.
It's an old map.
Night Kings Canyon. It's pretty cool.
Night
Oh,
Kings
sweet.
Canyon, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a bunch of spooky stuff going on.
And I think they have a new weapon as well, specifically for this.
Not for just that mode, but they
Okay.
did come out with a new season. They have the charge rifle,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
people are well, they just did a little bit of a nerf on it, like a couple days ago.
Oh.
But basically, it's like the epitome of click on their heads
Okay.
because it's like a beam rifle and it
Yeah.
shoots the beam out. So if you can just follow somebody with your
Ooh. Yeah, Anthony,
It's red at-
you used it last time we played.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that
Okay,
smart
I don't-
laser thing you picked up.
I cannot find it ever, which is
Okay.
kind of a bummer. I want to find it.
Well, I checked out this new like Shadowfall as well, and immediately picked this weapon up.
Oh,
straight
Oh,
away.
cool. Yeah.
I was gonna say something else, but I've completely forgotten it about this. Can't remember. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, last
I don't know.
time.
That game's plugging along with cool stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the new map? Like outside of this whole like event, what do you think of the new map?
I like really visually how it looks. It's got the ice, got the fire.
Yeah.
Big fan of like the colors, and I'm starting to relearn this map a little bit more. Okay, like, oh, here's the here's the city part. I can go over to this corner of the map or that corner. So I'm starting to really like this map a lot more than I thought I was gonna.
Okay.
I guess once you get used to it, it's got like those like it's got the train, which is really fun to try and get to.
Mm-hmm.
And then those vault. I don't know if you mess with those vault keys at all.
No, but
No, how do they work?
last
So,
time that I played, it was when season 3 had just started and the vault keys hadn't like unlocked or whatever yet. Okay.
I think they unlocked not maybe last week.
Okay.
But basically you can like find a vault key, and there's like a couple vaults. I'm gonna guess 4.
Okay.
And they're like they're cool because they really like make everyone go. Like they're like really tiny like areas, so you can like have this big fight going to the vault, and it's just got so much stuff in it. There's like always like gold body armor and like all the cool stuff in there. So it's kind of fun to like just if you pick one up, like, oh, let's go now. We got to get to that vault. But it could be open already. So I don't know. It's just kind of fun risk reward that I'm really enjoying with that game. Really playing a lot of Mirage lately. I don't know why. I just like him on this map for some reason.
Have you tried Crypto yet?
I have. I had enough of the in-game currency to pick him up. And he's interesting. I don't understand quite the drone thing yet.
I haven't
but,
played it yet. No.
Yeah, so basically his Q or whatever you want to call it, his like active ability is like he throws out a drone and you take control of it.
Yeah.
So it's like you're just sitting there kind of like modern, like Call of Duty style. Like,
So I actually picked him up when we first tried season 3, and you can keep the drone in the air. So if you press Q again, you can run around, and then like when there's people around, you can then let out like a pulse wave, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it like fries everybody's shields, which is kind of cool. I don't like him though.
Hot tip, apparently, you can shoot the MP and break it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you see that big orb coming toward you, you can like shoot it.
Okay.
I was watching a stream the other day, and he just like went around and shot it. And I was like, "You could do that? Like what?"
Okay.
So it's not just a automatic. You're losing half your shields, kind of thing.
Okay. Interesting.
Which is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm still. I played with him a little bit. I don't play with him. Just not my type of character. Like I don't understand how to scan people very well without. I don't know, without being stuck in him, doing nothing. So.
Okay.
It's cool though. He's cool. I like the diversity they're trying to do now. Like it's like this is the first character that like does something like wildly different than like everybody else. It's not just like it's not a distraction. It's not like a way of movement. It's like completely like different like ability. So it's super interesting what else they'll do with the characters.
Yeah, see how far they go about and whatnot.
Yeah. So I never would have thought they'd put like a pilotable drone. Like that's,
Right.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
just doesn't seem like it would work.
Yeah, no,
but
it's kind of out there compared to
Yeah.
what's in there. It's pretty out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just like this helps me in the immediate or this helps me by giving me stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so it's pretty cool.
It's more of, I don't know, that's like the first thing that's not really, I guess what's the best way to say this? It's like, it's the first ability that doesn't really affect them, or it's like, it's the first ability that is like an object gets placed onto the map, maybe, as opposed to, I don't know.
It's like like you talk about active abilities. This is like the most active ability.
Yeah, exactly. You're
not just throwing out a drone to like heal you. You're not just like going faster or like creating a distraction.
I just best way of saying it is like this is the one where you have the most control over.
Yeah, totally. I don't know. It's cool. I'm a fan. I continue to really like that game.
Okay.
I wonder how. I know the community seems to be liking it a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, we talked about the microtransaction stuff, which is still a bit of a bummer.
Yeah. Well, there hasn't been a subreddit meltdown over this microtransaction stuff.
No, not this one.
This time, so.
But I'm sure people are not happy because I think they're doing like these things. If you get every item from the loot boxes, you get a special item.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So they did this last time where you got like, I don't know if you have like the little kunai with Wraith or whatever.
Yeah.
You can get like a kunai to run around with. It does nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
They did that last time, the Iron Crown one with like Bloodhound. You can his axe. So this one's like, I think they're drumsticks or like.
Oh,
the
lifeline. Okay.
Yeah, they're like these like weird like medical drumstick looking things.
She beats the pain out of you.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know what the deal is exactly with that stuff, but I don't know. I will continue to play that game and enjoy myself.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Because let it be said that the way your character looks does not affect how the game plays. So,
I know, and it's so weird too, because it's like a first-person thing. Like, but I still want that skin.
Yeah, right.
Even though it's first-person, where you see your character when you die.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
You do it more to flaunt for other people as opposed to. Yeah.
I guess it's just cool. Like, I look like that.
Yeah.
My character's cool.
Yeah. All right. So moving away from that, let's talk about Microsoft. Anthony, go ahead.
Yeah. So. Apparently, nobody saw this coming. It was announced at E3. Nobody knew it was happening. I didn't, at least. Probably a few people did, but this came out of nowhere. So Microsoft's XCloud game streaming preview is now live, apparently. If you remember E3, they gave no details about this at all. Basically, we're going to do like a beta test kind of thing or launch it in October. That was what they said. They didn't say if it was going to be like an inbuilt streaming thing for Xbox or like if it was going to be a mobile streaming thing or like a Stadia kind of setup. Nobody really knew. But it is now out. The preview is released. And reading from The Verge, very trustworthy source, I will say, Microsoft is officially launching its Project XCloud preview today. This was written 4 days ago. For Xbox users in the US, UK, and Korea. No Australia, apparently, so great. The software giant has started inviting people to participate in the beta with game streaming limited to Gears 5, Halo 5 Guardians, and Killer Instinct and Sea of Thieves. During the initial preview phase, public preview is a critical phase in our multi-year ambition to deliver game streaming globally at the scale and quality of experience. Hi, Kat, how you doing? That the gaming community deserves and expects, says Kareem. I'm not going to pronounce his last name because I'll mess it up.
Okay.
Microsoft's cloud gaming chief. It's time to put Project XCloud to the test in a broader capacity with a range of games, devices, network environments, and real-world user case scenarios. Testers got a chance to sign up last month, and you'll need an Android phone or tablet running Android 6.0 or above with Bluetooth 4.0 support and a Microsoft account, as well as a Bluetooth-enabled Xbox One controller to use Project XCloud. Microsoft is planning to expand the content catalog for its XCloud preview over time, and the company is also working with carriers to test its game streaming service. Microsoft has formed a 5G partnership with SK Telecom in South Korea and technical partnerships with T-Mobile in the US and Vodafone in the UK. Vodafone's also here, but whatever. To optimize XCloud for mobile networks. Mobile networks are an important part of global connectivity today, so we'll be working hard to ensure that gamers have a great experience and Project XCloud is optimized for the widest range of network configurations possible. That's kind of it. It hasn't said, like, it seems like it's just like a streaming service for mobile. That's all the details given, apparently. Cat, can you stop meowing? Far out.
All right. So,
Hello, Wink. What's going on?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, this is in fact like it is a game streaming service.
Correct.
And you don't need an Xbox for it, like we first thought. So
Yeah.
I guess that's pretty cool. Interesting.
I do not have an Android phone, so
I'm sorry.
I will...
I checked all of these boxes. I got a Android phone running Android 9. Phone, yes, phone running Android 9, and I'm on T-Mobile. So
I'm just done.
Do you have an Xbox? Do you need an Xbox controller? I'm assuming you would need.
Yes, I have an Xbox. I have one for PC. So
okay,
yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and then so it's just these. I wonder if they'll end up. I'm sure they will. Like taking like the Game Pass stuff and putting it on there.
I hope so.
Because that seems like the easiest, not the easiest thing, but like the no-brainer. Like they should do that.
Yeah.
Right? Like put Game Pass on there, and then voila, like you have. Because no, you download those games directly, right?
Game Pass, yeah, you do.
Yeah. So then this is streaming. Interesting. Okay. And these are not small games either. I wonder.
No, these are pretty significant.
Yeah. Even Killer Instinct, which is like kind of old, has like really gnarly like particle effects going on in it. So like that could even like I don't know how phones are pretty strong these days, so they'll probably be fine. But like I don't know.
So every article I find on this, everything done by like Windows Central or Microsoft or whatever, is like I think they're kind of expecting people to know what this already is, even though they've given no details whatsoever.
Okay.
Because there's no articles that have been written since the previews come out, apart from that Verge one, none that I can find at least. And it just seems like it's a Stadia competitor.
Well, sort of. I mean, Stadia you have to buy the games on. So it's not. I'm curious.
I mean, this doesn't even say like its price. Nothing.
That's what what I was gonna ask about. I don't know if it's.
Yeah.
Well, okay, this is just a beta test, though, right? So I'd imagine it's just like you don't have to buy into the beta test. Right now, it's free, right? I'm sure. Maybe as it gets closer to the actual release, we'll figure out the monetization model behind it.
So I'm thinking this could even be like specifically for Game Pass only.
It might be, yeah. I mean, I know all these games are.
Is Halo 5 on Game Pass?
Oh, Halo 5 might not be.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Is it? Okay. I know Gears 5, Sea of Thieves, and Killer Instinct are.
Okay.
Game Pass.
I would assume. I'm pretty sure like all first-party exclusives are on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Game Pass.
So I would assume
hope,
Halo
right?
5
Yeah,
is
you would
on
hope.
Game Pass.
So this just seems like something that you pay like $10 a month for, or $12 a month for stream, because it's like Game Pass, maybe a little bit more for the streaming capability.
Yeah.
Because if it teams up with Game Pass, and Game Pass is like $10.99 a month US, or like however much it is. Yeah, hello. So I'm thinking that he's not very happy because he can't go outside.
Oh.
So I'm thinking like this will probably be like $15 a month, because you're paying for the streaming capability and stuff, and all you need is a mobile and a controller, and that's it.
I feel like it's just one of those things they just lump into like their ultimate pass or whatever.
Yeah, that's the way I see this go down.
Yeah, like probably for not an extra fee. Like, hey, by the way, we're gonna if you have the ultimate, but not if you just have one or the other. Like, you know. So.
Yeah, which the ultimate pass is like the Xbox, the PC, and then
and then this,
maybe
right?
this, yeah.
I
would say that'd be the way to do it. I mean, it's like, kind of the Netflix of like video games or whatever, so to speak, or whatever. That's kind of the model Stadia should have taken, and I think a lot of people are expecting Stadia to take, but obviously,
I don't think people realize that Stadia is not the Netflix of games.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
no way.
It's weird that it sounded like that at first, but then all of a sudden, like it's like you have to buy these games, like.
Right.
Yeah, full on.
Yeah, and then you're not even locally having them on your PC there.
Right, exactly. It is by far the worst way to like own games and everything. It's like
I mean, it's what it seems like right now.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll let you have like some kind of backup or something. Because like, what if they just shut down? Like, what if they just like, never mind, we're getting out of the game, and then it's like,
what do you do with all the people that have paid $60 for?
Yeah, right. Like, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's a bad business model. Like, I mean,
maybe it makes sense, I guess, if you don't have like a any kind of way to play games. Like, I just have a computer that's old or whatever. I have a monitor with like a laptop or whatever, right?
Right.
Then it makes sense. Like, I would like to play this game, and I don't mind buying the game and then playing it on my laptop as long as the streaming works.
Yeah. Or dealing with like 200 milliseconds of input lag.
Right. Well, yeah.
Well, they're saying, I don't understand how they can say this, but
so
they're saying that.
I know what you're talking.
I'm talking, dude.
I know what you're about to say though, and I hate it so much. But go ahead, say it anyway.
They're saying that like input lag is going to be less than PC. How's that going to work?
So what Google said is just like with Stadia, they're going to try to do something called negative input lag, which is basically they want to make a predictive algorithm to predict what key press will happen by the user next.
Which is
in game.
For some games may work, but for some other games, no way.
Oof.
Like if you're playing a fighting game,
it's impossible.
It's
impossible.
Like screwed.
It's probably bad. It's probably the worst way to play a fighting game.
Yeah.
Even if you play an FPS. Like,
I was gonna say FPSs as well, because someone comes from behind you in any second and you have to flip around like.
Unless they've got like an AI that's reading, or unless they're like reading where everybody's position is, and but then they don't know what level game you are.
Yeah, there's no way to translate that. Yeah,
that's what I don't know what you want to do. Like, I want to run right now, or I want to turn to fight. Like, like
I want to jump.
Yeah, right.
I'll say it quite frankly right now. I don't think anyone in Google plays video games.
I mean,
yeah.
Unless, like, the only way they could potentially do this is maybe if they like monitored you, like the way you play for like.
I'm sure that's the biggest part of it and everything. But at the same time, also, it's just like if you need to do a Twitch reaction to something, that's like there's no way to predict that, and you're gonna be dealing with the input lag, and at that point it's not a Twitch reaction, it's a very slow I am disabled and reaction time to it.
I mean, plus the input lag of wireless and monitors adds up too, right? So maybe it's significant.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's like on PC it's definitely the best, but even on consoles though it's kind of negligible. But yeah.
What is the input lag for PC, just out of curiosity?
Add up quite a few things. Add up the signal output from your graphics card, your monitor's latency, your keyboard and mouse latency, and stuff like that. It's typically below 50. It's typically below 50 milliseconds. Xbox and PS4 is around the 100 mark or so. Still very unnoticeable, but yeah. The big factor in Xbox and PS4 is TVs. TVs, even on game mode, notoriously have higher input latency. So
the cat's bouncing off the walls. He's trying to play with something. It's like slamming into the wall.
Okay.
Stupid idiot.
Yeah.
Dear me.
So
I call my cat names. That's fair enough, isn't it?
I mean, we all do it. Don't worry.
It's funny. It's
fine.
We're nice about it.
Yes.
Somewhat.
All right. Anything else about XCloud?
No, that's it. No real details. No price. Nothing like that. So we'll see.
Okay. This is just going to be a thing that'll come up. I think a big part of XCloud, though, also is it's going to be a supporting back-end service for a lot of things. I forget whether or not we talked about this on the podcast or not, but these guys see the thing where it's just the Nets Microsoft Flight Sim is going to use XCloud to stream most of the game data while playing, the landscape and train data. Just so that can be as detailed as possible, but also not inflate to an absurd size on your hard drive.
Because they've got 2 or 3 petabytes or something.
Yeah,
of data.
It's ridiculous amount all pulled from Bing Maps.
Does Bing even have a maps?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do, and it works quite well, to be honest. I don't know.
Okay, interesting. I was thinking this could be, because they're saying that Game Pass is going to Twitch. This could be like they could implement this, like have an app on Switch and just stream it.
Yeah.
Because there's not a hope the Switch is going to be able to run like Halo 5 or like, you know, something like that, or like, I don't know, whatever's a good looking game, Control or something like that. It's on Game Pass, not a hope.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be, and games like Doom Eternal as well, because they're saying that Doom Eternal isn't going to be coming to Switch because it's too good looking.
So.
Well,
yeah. So like if they put Doom Eternal on Game Pass, then Twitch users can play it by streaming it.
Okay.
That could work.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. Okay. So anything else? Anything else to say?
No, that's it.
Okay. I'm still upset about Stadia. Just the entire concept.
You should be right, mate.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Yeah. All right. So kind of staying into the tech field, I just want to bring this up briefly because I find it really funny. So really quick a primer on processor like architecture and whatnot and production. Yeah. So basically, there's a measurement of nanometers on each processor. You say a processor is like X amount of nanometers. That space in nanometers refers to the space between transistors. Lower is better because that means if you have a shorter space rather, in between transistors, you can pack more transistors into the same amount of space and everything. So for example, say you had a 14 nanometer processor, everything that measured like 5 centimeters wide by 10 centimeters tall or whatever, and then you had a 7 nanometer processor of the same dimensions, physical dimensions, you could pack double the amount of transistors into that into the 7 nanometer processor because the space in between transistors is shrunk. So ideally you want this as small as possible. In the realm of like consumer and enthusiast grade desktop processors and everything, ever since circa 2011 or 2012 or so, it's been 14 nanometers and 14 nanometer processors and processes used by both Intel and AMD for the longest time. And the bid race was going to be to get to 10 nanometers or 7 nanometers. And now AMD hit 7 nanometers earlier this year and everything, and can confidently do it. Intel has notoriously struggled to even hit 10 nanometers, let alone 7 nanometers, to the point where it's even kind of become a meme in the hardware community and whatnot. And so this article, or this kind of mixture of articles, is basically saying that, you know, Intel might just give up on their 10 nanometer process and just go straight into either 7 or 5 nanometers by 2022, which will put it, you know, much in line. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no clue what you just said.
Okay.
Cool.
That's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's just like, you know, Intel, it's kind of funny that Intel is just kind of giving up on the whole 10 nanometer space.
Sure.
Yeah. And then AMD, who has long been behind Intel and processor technology, actually beat them to 7 nanometers and will probably beat them to 5 nanometers also at the rate they're going. So, yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Anyway, moving back to gaming news and everything. Little Japanese company called Capcom. They made some pretty good games. They've had a good past couple of years. Monster Hunter World and Iceborne and DMC5 was apparently pretty good. Stuff like that. One of my favorite games of all time is Okami. Absolutely love that game. Absolutely beautiful game. And, well, you know, it as an IP has been dormant for years. Nothing new has become of it besides, you know, the odd remake here or there. But it looks like there might be hope yet and everything. So this article comes from a TweetTown. Capcom did a 2019 annual report, which is a Japanese company thing. It's different than an investor's call and everything. It's basically like a letter that the high-level Capcom, like, execs and strategists send out company-wide, say it's like, hey, you know, this is kind of what our long-term plans are, guys. It's like, you know, this is kind of what we're kind of going to move towards and whatnot. And so In this letter, they say, quote, our initiatives are to 1, strengthen digital sales, 2, bolster our title lineup through the full-scale execution of our 60-month and 52-week roadmaps, and 3, awaken dormant intellectual properties. And goes on to say, we will revive dormant intellectual properties for which we have not recently released new titles by increasing the number of our developers, end quote. So that means not only a new hiring wave and everything at Capcom, but also looks like some other stuff coming back. So they're looking to revive Dino Crisis, a Resident Evil 3 remake similar to the 2 remake, and a couple other things from Capcom's history and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. But my favorite part about this is Ikumi Nakamura, who was the bright ray of sunshine at Bethesda's E3 2019 conference. She was the now former creative director for Ghostwire Tokyo, and I forget the specific developers behind that. But
Bethesda, right?
No, it wasn't Bethesda.
Tripwire?
Tango Games.
No.
Tango.
Tango Games.
Oh,
Yeah, Tango Games. Yeah, she's the now former creative director. She left her role at Tango Games earlier this year, and was kind of like, I don't want to say quiet, but nothing immediately in the cards for her and everything. She sent out a tweet yesterday with a high-level Capcom developer and everything, and it looks like they want to plan to make an Okami sequel. And so, yeah, it should also be noted that she previously worked on the first game as like an artist. So,
okay.
yeah,
Cool.
looks like Okami sequels in the cards. I love this.
Nice. Because they did a Okami D web like in 2011 or something, ages and ages and ages ago. I've got no clue when that game came out, but anyway.
Okay.
Then they did like an Okami Den, they called it, which was like a DS or 3DS game.
Okay.
I can't remember which console it was for. Which it was basically Okami but redone for DS or whatever console it was. And since then they've been pretty darn quiet. And Okami was a great game. It got like a good 9.5. It got real good reviews.
Yeah, critically acclaimed.
Not that reviews are everything, but like I'm really kind of confused why they haven't kept on going with the games in a sense. So it's great that they're coming back. I absolutely loved it.
I don't think
So
it
keen
was
for it.
Okay, yeah, I don't think it was too much of a commercial success, to be honest.
It was kind of like a niche kind
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
in a sense, indie kind of. Like even though it was kind of done like an indie game whereby it wasn't that popular, it wasn't really that played, and it didn't really look like a kind of a AAA title.
It was definitely unique in its space at the time when it came
100%.
out and whatnot. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know, this is
Yeah,
good.
your cat's going off.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, this is good news, at least to me, at least. I'm a fan of Okami, this game. I've bought it like 3 times over the years or so, and yeah, so any hopes for a sequel would be amazing. So
Yeah,
anything else?
definitely.
Just kinda...
I mean, I want to see some fighting games. Give me some Darkstalkers. Give me
Yeah.
some Marvel's Capcom. Oh man, Capcom versus SNK. Whew.
Yeah.
I'll take all that stuff, man. Even the Dino Crisis would be really cool.
Yeah.
Like with the new engine and stuff, the RE engine, Dino Crisis. Woo, that'd be scary. That would be very scary.
Okay.
Like, oh man, I'm into it.
What are some like kind of like really older games?
I was
Old
trying to look up
Capcom games.
I was trying to look up Capcom games, but I'm getting like everything now.
Yeah.
For some reason, like this Wikipedia page.
Mega Man's already out. Yeah, whatever.
Maybe like a revival of the Mega Man Battle Network stuff for like
sure.
Switch or something. That would be
Joint
kind of cool.
Strike.
Okay.
Oh, give me
what?
a new. I know they made one.
They did the like the Battle of Midway and whatever.
Oh, did they?
Like
Oh,
battle
1942?
stations. Did they do battle stations?
I don't know. They did 1942. I think. I could use a new puzzle fighter that's not on mobile. That would be fantastic.
Alien versus Predator.
Oh,
I
they
was
did.
like-
They did Ace Attorney. They do Ace
Yeah.
Attorney.
They do Ace
Ooh.
Attorney.
Armored Warrior.
Ooh. Okay, but you did more Armored Warrior. That's cool.
Oh, Armored Warrior. You're right,
Yeah.
right.
That's Resident Evil.
That's
Bionic
a Resident
Commando.
Oh, I could see that
Okay.
coming back. Did you guys ever play the PS3? Like the
Yes.
fuck-
Yes.
Dude, it's so bad. Oh my gosh.
I loved it.
That's the one where
wife
it's like,
is in his
I was like,
arm.
yeah, I was gonna say, is that the one where like your dead wife is in your arm
Yeah.
the whole game? It's
Yeah.
just like, what? What?
Oh, new Lost Planet. That could work
that's
in
right.
this day and age.
Yeah.
Or
They
or
made
new
3 of
Dragon's
those games.
Dogma.
Yeah. They made 3 Lost Planets and they all failed.
I thought some
Commercially
like,
failed. They all
were.
commercially
Okay,
failed.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Captain Commando.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's
Nice.
Captain Cordo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I played a lot of him in
Dark Stalkers.
Asura's Wrath.
That's a
Okay.
fighting.
Remember Dark Void?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
okay.
that was really bad.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like within the next couple of years, so it's like Capcom, or it looks like we'll be talking about some games that haven't been seen in a while, or at least franchises that have been seen in a while because of this. So
yeah, I'm into it.
Disney's Magical Quest.
yes.
Why does God of War keep popping up on this?
Play God of War?
I wonder if they had some kind of hand in God of War or something.
Maybe like the
DuckTales?
Japanese version of it or something. I don't know.
God Hand,
Dust Force.
Oh god.
Ghosts and Goblins. Oh, I feel like
Ooh,
that
okay.
could make a with the whole that's like the original Dark Souls, right?
Yeah, that could be a return.
Or Onimusha, they did
Yeah.
that remake the other long ago.
Yeah.
I can see them doing another Onimusha.
1990.
Yeah, I don't know. Capcom's got a lot of stuff they could tap into,
Okay.
so I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Final Fight, yeah, let's do it. Beautiful Joe, there we go.
Oh, that's right. They did beautiful. Okay, that hasn't been seen in a hot minute.
There,
No,
mate.
they did a second one.
Mhm.
Killer 7.
What the heck is this?
There's a lot of stuff, man. I'm just looking through there.
That's news. I didn't realize that.
Lots of Way of the Samurai. What's that? Oh, I forgot they published Red Dead Revolver.
Oh, did they?
The original one, yeah.
Did anybody play Red Dead Undead Nightmare?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. That was good.
good.
Yeah, it was super good. Dino Crisis, though. I'm still caught up on that one. That would be fun. Oh, man. Clock Tower? Oh, they did at least Clock Tower 3. That's a scary, spooky game.
Isn't it like point and click a bit?
No, it's like you're running around and like hide a big monster with like scissors and stuff like that. Or a guy with scissors trying to get you.
Okay.
It's kind of like Resident Evil style, but like I think the combat is not like as there's less combat. I feel like. So yeah. Anyway, Capcom's got a lot of games. I'm definitely into it.
Yeah.
Same.
So interesting. Yeah, it's like we'll be talking about Capcom a lot the next couple of years, to be honest. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully for good. Hopefully for good.
Yeah.
What even is this?
Oh, do you guys? Is Capcom doing this thing where it's just like, it's like a asymmetric cooperative game, where it's just like one player's in a like control room and they're like for other players trying to survive?
Yeah, that's the Resident Evil game.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what it's called.
Biohazard? That sounds familiar for some reason.
Well, that's the name of Resident Evil in Japan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's why it was Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Okay. Got it.
But,
Okay.
I forgot what it's called, but it's like the Resident Evil. Where one person like controls the monsters and stuff like that.
Okay.
So this is. I just stumbled across this as well. This is like a small bit of news if we're ready to move on.
Yeah, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who subscribe to Humble Monthly, that is changing. That is becoming Humble Choice now. Whereby, for those who already pay the monthly, whatever it is, $10 or whatever it is, you get access to 10 games now, and you can choose which games you want to download. You don't just get the preset. I think it was like 5 or 6 before, maybe. So these are like, you can choose what 10 games you want. So they give you a library, then you can choose what games you want to download from there.
Oh, bye, Anthony. Hello? Hold on. Hello?
There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, our US West server.
Now it might be working.
Okay.
Just crashed.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, we're back.
So you also get access to the Humble Trove as well, which is what you already get access to. And instead of being only 10% off, you get 20% off the store now when you purchase something.
Okay.
So that's a tiny bit of news. So that's something to look forward to.
I'm not sure. Are you a subscriber to that? I'm not.
I am, yeah.
I'm not either.
Okay.
Well,
I do like their store for
this
things.
month. You got Call of Duty 2, like Call of Duty World War 2.
Oh.
Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and Spyro Trilogy. And some other games which haven't come out yet. So it's definitely worth it some months. Some months it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like anything, any subscription service, sometimes you're going to get...
Yeah.
And you can choose. Like, you can see what games are coming out in the future, so you can choose not to subscribe that month.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
That's a nice way
So
of
you
doing
can
it.
pick and choose. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So unless anyone's got anything else, Anthony, what games are releasing?
Not a whole heap this month. Where the heck's me tab? There we go. So this week, I mean, not month. So starting off on October 21st, we have East Shade, which is going to PS4 and Xbox One. The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3 is going to PS4 on October 22nd. WWE 2K20, I'm sure everybody's looking forward to that.
Dude, there's some bad screenshots going around.
That looks real bad.
Dude, and I mean, wrestling's fine
Such a
and everything.
meme.
Like, I enjoy it occasionally.
Yeah.
But boy,
It
is
looks,
that not good.
it looks like a PS2 game.
Yeah.
It's not. I would say like early 360 game, but
Okay.
like, to be nicer.
Not incredible either way.
Oh boy. Oh.
So that's coming on October 22nd for everything apart from Switch. The Park is coming to Switch on October 22nd. Beholder 2 is coming to... Wasn't that a mobile game? Beholder? I thought it was.
Maybe.
He's coming to PS4 on October 22nd. Moons of Madness is going to PC on October 22nd as well. Tangle Tower is going to PC and Switch on October 22nd. Spin Rhythm XD, Steam Early Access, obviously PC on October 22nd as well. Nanotale Typing Chronicles is going to Steam Early Access on PC on October 23rd. Skybolt Zack is going to PC and Switch on October 24th. Egress, or Egress, however you pronounce it, is going to PC on October 24th. Dusk Diver is going to PC, PS4, and Switch on October 24th/25th. Into the Dead 2 is going to Switch on October 25th. Medieval Remake is going to PS4 on October 25th. That's this month as well. 3 games to finish off this week. Call of Duty Modern Warfare
Yes.
is going to PC, PS4, and Xbox One on October 25th.
Very
And on
excited.
the same day, probably a bad time to launch this, to be honest, The Outer Worlds is going to PC, PS4, and Xbox
Oh,
One
really?
also on
Okay.
October 25th.
That game is on Game Pass on PC at least.
So you
Ooh,
don't
is it?
have to subscribe to Epic, or you don't have to like go to Epic to get it.
No, you can get it on the Game Pass. It's included with subscription.
Excellent.
It's
Yes, I'll be looking forward to that one.
That is like one of the 5 good games that are on Game Pass at the moment.
There's some good ones. I got Ape Out on there currently.
Okay.
I haven't messed with it yet, but Ape Out's there. Yoku's Island Express is like a fun little pinball thing.
Okay.
I was playing Super Hot for the first time.
Okay.
I
game's
played
really
that
cool.
like 3 times.
Yeah, that game's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Anthony.
And that's it for this month. That's the end of it anyway, so that's all.
Nice.
All right.
Looking good. Games are coming out, man. It's,
Yes. Hitting the fall season.
It's wild, right?
We are exceedingly
what do we got
close
next
to.
week?
We are 20 days away from Death Stranding.
Oh, Void Bastards was on that. That's a good game too.
Okay.
But
Nice.
yes, good one.
There's not a whole heap coming next week, to be honest.
No. We're kind of. It's like once Modern Warfare drops, we're trying to hit a lull until November.
Stellaris got put up on here.
Oh, wow. November, you got Red Dead 2 for PC, Death Stranding, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order,
Yeah.
Pokemon Sword and Shield, and Shenmue 3.
Yeah. Oh.
City Skylines is on the Game Pass now.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Does
There
that
you go, Taylor. You
does
can
that
have
all the
twice.
DLC? Because I don't know.
It says the Windows 10 edition. I don't know
Oh,
what that
okay.
means.
No, it's kind of like the DM. Okay. Oof. Oh well.
Yeah.
God, I love
Simple.
City Skylines so much, but it's just like they've added so much DLC over the years that it's just like close to $150 if you were to want to get all of it. And it's not just like
apparently-
garbage cosmetic things either. Some of them are like expansions and everything for like mechanics in the game. So some are worth
apparently that version is the ported version of the Xbox One.
Yeah, and the Xbox
So
is
probably-
quite a few updates behind.
Yeah, not a good one probably.
Anyway, you'd still have fun
Yes.
with vanilla City Skylines though. Still a fun game.
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Anyway, I wasn't trying to gatekeep there or anything. Anyway, Andrew, where can people find you on Twitter?
Sure, yeah. People can find me on Instagram, Twitter at Doronski, DRNSKI. Talking about whatever lately. Nature usually. Beer sometimes. I don't
Okay.
know. Come say hi.
Whatever strikes your fancy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Video games occasionally.
Fair enough. Anthony, how about yourself?
I am on Twitter, sameantman19. Follow me if you want no content.
Excellent.
I don't tweet hardly. I do this social media. So your Twitter, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. Whatever else we do. So yeah, if you're wanting to get in contact with me, go through the site stuff.
Okay. All right, you can find me at Inferius7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. Tweet about all sorts of things from tech to video games to anime, all that fun stuff. So, yeah. Well, that is going to wrap up the podcast. Tune in next week. We'll be here, same time, same place, and we hope to see everyone back again next week. Thank you all for tuning in, and see you guys next time.